Hey everyone, so I'm going to show you guys how to crochet this themed cell phone case. And you can make it for any sized cell phone, just you do a little bit of measuring. So I'm actually going to be making one for this size of a cell phone. And I'm going to be making a bear themed one, but this one's Winnie the Pooh. I'm going to do a different kind. So what you're going to need for this tutorial is any sized phone or whatever you want to store. You're going to need some yarn. You're not going to need too much though. You're going to need a crochet hook. I'm using Red Heart brand 5mm US crochet hook. And you're also going to need a yarn needle. So for this tutorial, it doesn't matter what color yarn you use. However, if you want there to be a theme, such as my Winnie the Pooh phone case, in this tutorial I'm going to be making just a regular teddy bear type phone case with this light brown color. This is going to be the white for the snout and black for the nose and the eyes. So to start off, I'm going to start off with the slip knot. And I'm going to grab my crochet hook, insert it in the loop, pull it tight. And the first step is to measure the base of your phone, because we're going to be starting from here and we're going to be working in rounds all the way up to the top of your phone. So you're just going to chain to the size of the bottom of your phone. So I'm just going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm just going to do 8 chains just to be safe. And you also want to make sure that you consider the thickness of your phone, because if your phone is really thick, you are going to need a little bit more than just the width of your phone because it's going to wrap around, right? Okay. I've completed my 8 chains, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be working with single crochets in this pattern. And I'm going to do single crochets all the way across this row. And I'll tell you what to do once you get to your last stitch. So when you're doing your single crochet, just make sure that there are different loops that you can poke into when you do a single crochet. So just poke into that loop right there and make sure there's just one loop on here. You're going to yarn over. You're going to pull through some yarn. And now you should have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. You're just going to do that all the way across the row until you get to your last stitch right here. Now I've finished my single crochets. I just need to work on the very last stitch, this one right here. So what I'm going to do is, usually you would do 1 single crochet in that one, but instead we're going to be working 5 single crochets into that one. So just go ahead and do 5 single crochets in there. That's 1 and the same one. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you should notice that your stitches are starting to turn this way, and it's starting to move towards the other side of your piece of work, and that's exactly what we're going to continue doing. So you're just going to continue going now single crochets across on this side, because there's little holes that you can poke into right here, and then you keep going to here. And just remember that while you're doing your single crochets, work by pulling this loose end with you. So keep it down, you're gonna work over it. So single crochet here, yarn over, pull through both of them, and you can see you're working through it, and you keep going to the next one, which would be here. And you're gonna work all the way across. And once you get to your very last stitch, just like how you have 5 on this side, you're also going to do 5 in your last one here too. And you're going to slip stitch into your first, in your beginning stitch. You're going to slip stitch through that, and then you're going to chain 1, and now you're going to start on your next row. And now it's easy from here because you just continue just doing 1 single crochet in each stitch, and you're just going to keep going around and around. This is going to start to actually bend upward like this, and that's how you're going to get your phone case. So if you guys are still confused, what you need to do is just a single crochet in the next chain, right here, and do a single crochet, 2 single crochet in the next chain, and just 1 single crochet all the way around until you get back to your beginning, and you're going to slip stitch into your first stitch or into your chain, and then you keep going, and I'll show you guys what your case should look like. Alright, so this is just a checkpoint to see how many more rounds approximately I need to finish up my case. Okay, I'm probably going to do about 4 or 5 more rounds, should be good. And you just keep going and going. So I finished the length for my phone. That's how long I want it to be, and I realized the case is a bit bigger, but I kind of like it when it's a little bit baggy just in case I want to throw anything else in there. And now we can start on the design that you want to do on your phone. So when I had my Winnie the Pooh case, this is when I started to put on the ears, the eyes, and the nose. So let's get started on that. Alright, so pull the loop larger, snap off the end. You don't need the end to be too long because we're not sewing it into anything. Secure it, putting the loose end through the loop, pull tight. So now that I finished basically the body of the teddy bear, I'm going to start on the snout or the nose. I'm just going to create a white circle. So to do that, there's 2 ways you can work in a circle when you're crocheting. You can make a slip knot and then chain 2, and then do 6 single crochets in the first chain that you made, or you could use a magic circle, which I personally prefer because it's easier for me. So I wrap that around my finger, grab my crochet hook, pull through, Hold that tight. And let me just zoom in so you can see better. Chain 1, because we're doing single crochets. And then I just do 6 single crochets into this circle. And if you don't know how to do this circle, which is called the magic circle, usually search it up on YouTube for some tutorials on it. 2, 3, and you do 6 single crochets in this circle. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And with the magic circle, all you need to do when you're finished doing how many ever single crochets or stitches you do, you just pull tight. And it all comes together. And then I'm going to do a slip stitch into the beginning chain. And I have myself a little circle. Sorry about the glare. And I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So and if I place this on the phone case, this is not the size that I want yet. So I'm gonna work another round. Especially if you have a bigger phone case, you're gonna wanna keep working on more rounds, and I'll show you how to do that. So now what we're gonna do is 2 single crochets in the first stitch and 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And I'm sorry it's hard to see because of the white yarn, the white background, but just do 2 single crochets in the first stitch. So 1, and then another one in the same one. And 1 single crochet in the next one, and you're just going to go back and forth. Oops. And I'll meet you when you get back to the beginning. So I finished that round, and if you want to keep increasing, for the next round you would do 2 single crochets in the first stitch and then 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. And so on and so on. So for the round after that, if you wanted to create an even bigger circle, you would do 2 single crochets in the first stitch and then 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches. But because my phone is really small, I'm gonna stop right here. That's a good size for the snout. And you may also want to have some polyester filling or some sort of filling to put under the snout if you want more of a 3D look. If not, you can just sew this on right now and that's fine. So I grabbed a little bit of polyester filling and now just pull up a loop here, cut off an ish long strand. You're not going to need it to be too long. Secure it. And using my yarn needle, I put the yarn through the needle already and place it wherever you'd like if this is what you're doing. I'm going to put my finger inside here because I don't want to sew through both sides. I just want to sew through the first side. So I want it to go around right here. So you're just going to weave through your needle. Just like that. And try and get it as secure as you can. And you're basically just going to do this all the way around, leave a little bit of a hole so you can add your polyester filling or cotton or whatever you want. And I'll meet you when you're done to start on the eyes and the nose. Okay, so I sewed the snout onto the phone case and I put some black yarn onto my yarn needle, and I'm going to start on the nose. So I'm going to go from the inside of my case, and I'm going to poke right through to about the center, right there. And I'm going to pull through some yarn. You don't need too much though. And I'm just going to do a little nose, like such. And just pull tight. And it's kind of random how you do it, but you just basically layer it on top until you like it. So I'm gonna stick it back through to the inside of my phone case. See, it comes out through the back. Pull through all the way. Fix it up a little bit. Squish it a little bit. And you might want to flip out the case a little bit. And cut. And then for the other one, what you can do is just tie a knot to completely secure it. And then cut. And you're just going to do the same thing for the two eyes around here, and I'll meet back with you for the ears. Now if you want to make ears for this, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your crochet hook and the brown yarn, or whichever color you want. Do a slip knot. Insert your crochet hook. Chain 2. Do 6 single crochets into the first or the second chain from the hook, or the first chain you made. Once you've finished your 6, you're just going to chain 1, turn it, and you're going to move the other way. You're going to do 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. And you're just going to repeat that all the way to the end. And to finish off, I'm just going to do 1 slip stitch in each of the chains going across here. Just like that, so you get 2 ears. Just snap this one up. Using a medium length tail so you can sew these on. You just sew these onto your case. You can even add a little mouth here if you want to, and you're done. Thanks for watching my tutorial on this cell phone case. Hopefully it was successful for you. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comment box below. And if you like this video, please follow me on Instagram at lilycrochets.